Yo, what's going on YouTube? We back, and Bronny James is making his NBA decision. I know he entered the transfer portal, but apparently he's going to the NBA. Let's see what happens.
USC freshman Bronny
AM
James
Hoops
is
coming with
declaring for the 2024
the news.
NBA draft and entering the transfer portal to maintain flexibility. He'll work out for and visit NBA teams and make a draft decision based on evaluation. But let's be honest, we know what NBA teams think of Bronny already. ESPN just dropped their new mock draft for the first time. Bronny wasn't in it. They got info. Teams don't want Bronny even in a weak draft. So what good is another year in college going to do? Bronny will be drafted because LeBron is a package deal. Bron ain't getting any number. This might be as high as Bronny's draft stock will ever go. I fully expect him to be in this draft. And if he goes in the second round, it's like the NBA knew something. They just announced for the first time ever, the second round gets its own day. Used to be tacked onto the first round late at night, MVPs picked during Taco Bell commercials. Now it's prime time.
Oh my gosh, they're turning into the NFL.
How exciting it will be if Bronny is sitting there at the second round. The NBA is a genius for this. But what team will realistically draft Bronny knowing they get LeBron? The playoffs are almost here. I am playing Underdog Fantasy almost every single night.
Skip this through. Skip through the ad.
More fun. Plus, they have a $1 million airdrop. The only code AM.
There we go.
The only one
check it out if you're into that.
Is a contender. Someone who feels like they're a LeBron away from winning the chip. Younger teams don't make sense because you'd have to pause your rebuild for the LeBron show for 2 years. No. So who will it be? There's actually some teams that make too much sense. LeBron would go in a heartbeat. But how will these NBA workouts go with Bronny? Sean's tweet said that he will do private workouts and get feedback from scouts. They will either tell him the truth, you're not ready, you would play a lot in the G League if anything, or lie to him to get LeBron. It all depends on what
LeBron would want him going to the G League.
If he really wants to go in the NBA, this could be his best shot. Unfortunately,
fair enough.
He has done 0 interviews about this all these years. The first time LeBron ever mentioned playing with Bronny is when he was in the 7th grade. More recently, he said, my last year will be play with my son. Wherever Bronny is at, that's where I'll be. I would do whatever it takes to play with my son.
It's a lot of pressure on Bronny.
It's not even about the money at that point. So that was in 2022, and he's walked it back some, said, well, maybe not the same team, just the same court. No, we all know how serious this is for LeBron. Remember when he couldn't focus with reporters because Bronny's game was on TV? Remember when LeBron said he would happily miss a Laker game to be there for Bronny's USC debut?
Oh, well, that makes sense.
He walked it back out of respect for the Lakers and to not be a distraction. He didn't want the media.
You want to see his son play his first college game.
Last year for LeBron, like unnecessary pressure, so he backed off. No, they're a package deal. So who will get them? Well, Bronny is a good passer and defender at the college level. His ceiling will probably be a 3-and-D player in the NBA someday, but not right away.
That's all right.
At USC, he dropped just 5 points, 3 boards, and 2 assists.
If he wasn't LeBron's son, he would be.
Said he has a super high IQ and knows what it takes at the NBA level because of his
Is he a
dad,
point guard?
But he's just 1 year removed
So he's
from
a point guard.
cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
That's part of why his freshman season was so bad. Why would he wait another year to go pro? You have no idea what could happen. But if he does transfer, only one school makes sense. LeBron went from high school to the NBA, but always loved Duke. Big fan of Mike Krzyzewski from the Olympics, but Coach K is retired. This year, LeBron is all about Duquesne because his old high school coach, Keith Dambro, coached Duquesne. They went on an impossible late run and made their first March Madness since 1977.
Hey, that's what's up.
Wearing fresh LeBrons that he gifted them, upset BYU in the first round.
Oh,
LeBron
shit.
tweeted,
They serious.
Yeah, go Duquesne Dukes. But then, LeBron's old coach retired last week. But who replaced him? LeBron's old high school teammate and friend, Drew Joyce. LeBron even broke the news on Twitter. And when Joyce tweeted, family is everything, LeBron said, it sure is. It's pretty obvious where LeBron wants Bronny to go if he transfers. But that would be a huge risk to his NBA future. If Bronny goes down in competition and struggles, He ain't getting drafted. And LeBron a year older? No. Plus, LeBron is a free agent now. He could go wherever he wants, which leads us to the
he would just sign a 1-year deal.
What team will realistically take Bronny and
I reckon Bronny will go
shows us the first round
late first round.
In statistical order. Let's start by crossing off unrealistic teams, then realistic, then the perfect teams for Bron and Bronny. So Detroit, Washington, and Charlotte all
if Detroit take it, man.
Pick on Bronny, that's crazy. Same with the Spurs, you can't do that to Wemby. In fact, every non-contender is crossed out because
Memphis
they don't
is
need
not
LeBron.
non-contender.
It doesn't make sense. I'm also ruling out OKC, Minnesota, and Denver. They have a great thing going and don't need the LeBron circus in their locker room.
Yeah, fair enough.
We should also cross out the Warriors, Mavericks, and Clippers. They don't have a first-round pick. Now, of course, he could go in the second round, so it's possible. But the realistic teams start with the Chicago Bulls. They still want to contend and have Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Kobe White.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
The Grizzlies back in the playoffs next year. The Hawks need a shakeup. The Pelicans on the verge. Why not the Celtics? But the most fun are the perfect teams. The biggest threats to take Bronny on draft night. First, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh, yeah, true.
LeBron
of
even
course.
said the door is not shut on me returning to Cleveland. They are below the second apron, which means they can give him the mid-level exception. He would be a great fit with centers Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, guards Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. Next, the New York Knicks. Already flirted with New York early this year.
I don't know
Rich
how I'd
Paul
feel
and
about
Leon
that.
Rose buried the hatchet to do business together. Winning a title in New York would be huge for LeBron's GOAT case over Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
They have a great
They'll
defense.
be idolized.
They have point guard Jalen Brunson. But what about the Sixers? Joel Embiid's clock is always ticking. They've got more cap space than any contender to pay Bron. And Daryl Morey is always star hunting. Reports say they want Paul George. If not, Bron is a great backup plan. I also love the Phoenix Suns. They have no way to improve their team, but what if they could add LeBron James? That'd be like a cheat code. He would have to take a lot less salary, but he did say it's not about the money. Same with
bro's a
Milwaukee
billionaire.
and the Miami Heat, true contenders.
Miami?
But
Oh,
the
yeah.
best
He returned
fit,
back to Miami.
obviously, is the LA Lakers. It's LeBron's dream plan, and if he has any power in that organization at all, they will use a pick on Bronny. The Athletic reported the Lakers, per a high-ranking team source, are willing
Hollywood
to
would go
explore
crazy.
the notion of adding Bronny James next season, so they'll do it. But this actually might be the only place that Bronny can get drafted. Because Clutch Sports is LeBron's agency. They have so much power, the most power of any agency in the NBA. If Clutch tells the rest of the 29 teams, this kid is coming to the Lakers, do not stand in our way, no one will double-cross them. If they do, they can get shut out from future Clutch clients. Forget Darius Garland coming to your team, or Trae Young, or DeJounte Murray, whoever.
Bro, it's
But we
ridiculous.
are
LeBron's literally got his
officially on Bronny
hand
watch. People say this
on the
draft
NBA.
sucks. Well, this would be the perfect sideshow to make it interesting. But I am dead serious about
I do feel bad for
this.
Bronny, though,
John
because
Moran is coming back, and they're going
it's
to
like,
be a really good
there's
team
so
next
much
year. I mean,
pressure on
they
him. Like, bro, he's
beat
just
the
a kid.
Bucks twice without Ja.
Yeah.
So when dude...
Like, literally, he almost passed away, unfortunately. Like, he didn't, but touch on wood. But, yeah, what am I talking about? I'm just rambling. But yeah, Bronny James. Where do you reckon he's going to go? Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Catch you all next time. Peace.